Welcome, respected sadhakas. Sustain that sadhakatva as beautifully, seriously, sincerely we have now. Great it is. Feel that pride inside that we have come up to this level in our many, many lives of journey. Really appreciable, really deserving all sorts of congratulations, acknowledgements. And also, it will be due if it is done, that is, expressing the gratitudes to you all, in whose presence this discussion of the Shastras is happening every day for some time. Narayana. Only commitment, promise we have to do to ourselves is we'll be continuous, relentless in this in spite of everything. What helps us is again our prarthana to the Lord, the Gurus. Together let us pray, ask the Divine to be with us. Now, as we are seeing from last more than 1.5 months, our 12, 13 Vyaktitvas, when we really remember them, when we really want to achieve them, when we really work for it. But this much if we do, sadhana automatically happens. Evolution automatically happens. Keeping that in mind only, the Lord has given us these 12 or 13 Vyaktitvas as the goal. So, nothing other than Sevakatva is our relation with this world. Let us be very strong, firm in that. Any dissimilar thought, any extra thought, that has to be ruthlessly rejected. Why are you in this world? Only to serve. Full stop. Any other thought is wrong. Therefore, should not be entertained. So, too, we are born in this moksha giving Sanatana Dharma, identifying with it, following the way it teaches us to live as regards both our outer life, samsara, inner life, sadhana. That becomes our seva to the Sanatana Dharma, we call as Dharma Samstapana Vyaktitva. Dharma Stapana is done by three ways. By learning what our Sanatana Dharma teaches. Second, by practicing it exactly. Third, by doing the prachara prasara of it. This occupation also a good one, engaging in which with less efforts, the other samsara causing things we can eliminate from our life. Always what we engage in eliminates or the avoids the opposite of it. So if you are engaging in the TV, the opposite of satsang is obviously eliminated by that. Inasmuch if you are engaging in our satsanga, the things opposite to it, the dussanga, automatically get eliminated. Same way, in the dharma samstapana, when we are in its true sense, the adharma we will be protecting ourselves from. Anything other than our Sanatan Dharma and non-practice and opposite to Sanatan Dharma talking, all of that get avoided. If we stick to this second Vyaktitva. Third one, sporadically it comes and goes, but with maturity, sustainingly it should be maintained. That is the Viraga Vyaktitva, Krishna Vasudeva. So too, the Bhakta Vyaktitva, from the surface level, it has to be taken to as deep recesses as possible, as widespread as possible. The Bhaktatva in us should be there. 24 घंटे भगवत भक्त बनकर ही रहना है. वाह. In Bhagavad Bhakti, only two things are there. One is doing whatever he says alone. Second, all that is offered to him. बस इतना ही भक्ति कहते. And the fifth one is the Shishyatva Vyaktitva. The need of it we have to really recognize. With all our abilities, intelligences, we cannot come out of our weaknesses, nor we comprehensively can comprehend the truth, nor our abilities are sufficient to do the sadhana. For all these three things, the higher power called as Guru, his grace, guidance, protection is always required. For that, we have to be the Shishya. So, Shishyatva is a well, beautifully made identity. Once the truth is known, you are Brahman, not required. पर फिलहाल साधना काल में अपने संरक्षणा के लिए शिष्यत्व को स्वीकार करना पड़ेगा. Remember, every guru is a guru only because he was Shishya earlier. Okay, every manager is a manager only because earlier he was the assistant. Therefore, no inhibition need be there. And now, with little effort and understanding, we can recognize our gurus and stick to the devotion, surrender to them. एक तो गुरु तत्व ही गुरु के रूप में आता है, परब्रह्म ही गुरु तत्व है. Keep that clarity first. Then, with whom we are able to tune, we are at ease and we are inspired, we are really taught the truth and truth alone. He can be our Guru Acharya. So, towards them, that Shishyatva is good. Fifth identity. Sixth one is Mumukshuta, we have discussed. Seventh is the Jignasa. In that also, we have to little bit more serious, not superficial or casual. उसमें seriousness को लाना पड़ेगा. Then comes the Narayana, the Shrotrutva. That in that this group of us are good. One great tough thing we have achieved of being regular. So in that the refinements in the Shravana, improvements in the Shravana we have to do. That's it. More concentration, more Chitta Shuddhi ityadi. Then come the realization that I have to do the parishrama. No, before that, the sadhakatva. You know, this sadhakatva in us should overpower any other identities. All should become secondary. है ना, लाइक शादी के समय दूल्हा बन गया, उसके बाद फिर पति बन गया. So he is aware of that relation as a pati, as a father. That identity is to be maintained and due things have to be done. Officially also, some officer or whatever position. When we realize our position, accordingly we do. And position realization is again sometimes or many times by choice, even professionally. So I joined army. That's your identity. You loved it. And in that, let us say you have come to the higher ranks, brigadiers, lieutenant general, general, chief of army staff. If I realize identity of me like that, immediately what are my great duties, responsibilities? They are all realized. Wonderful, whole such a huge country's entire army, I am the chief. Then उस आइडेंटिटी से जो थिंकिंग प्लानिंग होता है देश रक्षा के लिए, वो उसी स्तर का हाईएस्ट का होता है. Isn't it? In the army only the ranks, the lowest to the highest. As per the rank and identity, so is our planning inspiration. इसलिए हमारा साधकत्व का भावना इतना विगरस रिगरस होना है कि उसको निभाने के लिए जो करना है, वी आर ऑलवेज doing it. Not only ready to do, but doing it. The type of sadhakatva. 24 घंटे. Hmm. Wow. Really, I think this one is to be strengthened as per the requirement of today for all of us. And a lot of admixture of I am samsari with a million identities and responsibilities. We are sadhakas. Lot of other things also. Minute to minute, वो चीज़ें हमको साधकत्व से किडनैप कर रहे हैं. Isn't it? And it's a big subject again. Leave it for your thinking. In how many ways we become something else and forget being sadhaka. मुश्किल से याद आता है मैं साधक हूँ. बाय द टाइम क्या साधना करना है सोचे समझे, the other identity comes and pulls me there. Keeping all of them at check, sustainingly maintaining my sadhakatva and substantiating, justifying it through the due sadhana is a beautiful state of evolution. We have to ask for all these, we have to try for all these identities. Then comes Krishna, the hard working Vyaktitva, the Parishrami. You all are into that. That is what is really being loved by the Gurus. Therefore, they are with us continuously. Isn't it? With so much, as much you and I have love and patience to come to the satsanga, study Shastra, equally they also have. And therefore, they are keeping on giving that opportunity. And I to believe they are using their tapashakti for us to maintain this interest, also to keep away any other problems of prarabdha, etc. Hey, we are all going through whole day many problems, dukkha with prarabdha. But still our classes are continuing. मैं तो 100% बिलीव करता हूँ इसमें. ये गुरु ने अपने तपशक्ति हमारे लिए छोड़ा. Otherwise, to get flown or flooded in the world of worldliness, how easy it is, how casual it is. You can see the people around us, how they spend the whole day like a madman in all non essential funny things. We are not less mad than anyone. Yet, we are able to do it is kripa because of our prayatna shilatva. I am talking that. Then, sustained prerana we have, good, it can be increased. More prerana, more better advanced things we do. Sustained prerana, we sustain what we are doing. Loss of prerana, we slowly give up one by one. First thing we give up is our class. ना बजेगा बांसुरी इसके बाद। वो छोड़ दिया तो वो क्लास, वो टेक्स्ट में क्या बताया पता ही नहीं होगा, फिर करने का क्या है अभी पता ही नहीं। तो जिस टेक्स्ट को हम पढ़ते हैं वही नहीं याद रखते एनीवे। सो दैट sustaining, increasing prerana, not reduction. Then all of them are happening in that Shanta Vatavarana. Why we have added that one is, today we will be seeing Vasishthaji tells Rama with all inspiration given, then slowly deals with the subject of what if the obstacles come. That is the point here. Why Shanta Sabhava? Because at this moment, with our choice, vigorously we want to do sadhana. Good. But what attacks us from inside and outside? You know, not to derail us, but it has inherently the capacity to derail us. है ना? लाइक लोग हमें गाली देते, हमें दुखी करने के लिए नहीं देते, बट उनको खुशी होती है उसमें, बट उसके पर्यवसान में हम दुखी होते हैं. In the same way, many things come not to derail us, like the disease comes, physical problem. Physical problem has not come to derail us from sadhana. It has to come, therefore it came. But it has an effect to derail. अब बॉडी में दर्द है, इधर उधर है, तो कैसे कर पाओगे साधना? डिस्टर्बेंस होता है माइंड में, उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए वर्ड हमने ऐड किया शांत. जितना कर सके इम्प्रूव अपॉन इट. थैंक यू गॉड. नहीं कर पाए, ट्राई टू डू इट. इन आइदर केस, लूज नॉट द पीस, लूज नॉट दिस शांति गंभीरता, क्योंकि वो निकल जाएगा ना तो शांति. देन being a sadhak also become always disturbed in the mood. Then we don't look for solution there, we only get worried about the problem. Mind works like that. क्या करे? इसलिए शांत. Then the new one added is the bhasha pravinyata, Sanskrita bhasha, right? And also let us remember all our 6 sources. Are we remembering the devata ganas? Right now 10 seconds chance given. Acknowledge their contribution, thank them wholeheartedly, have good relation of respect, reverence to them, and then that upasana, whatever little, then prayer. जो हमारे सहायकारक होते उससे सख्यता, मित्रता, आदर करना हम कॉमन सेंस है, which we have about the world. That's why we are a decent guy. People are ready to love us, help us, great achievement. Like that only, the subtle sources also are there. Some of them, inevitably, we are taking the blessings. That is mainly the devatas. बाकी 5 में चॉइस है, लेकिन इसमें नहीं है, क्योंकि जीने के लिए फैकल्टीज होना है और फैकल्टीज को लगातार चला रहे. So nothing wrong in realizing their blessings or kripa and establishing good rapport and thanking and requesting them. There are some countries which are very nowadays की बात है, not earlier. हम भी पहले भिख मंगे थे. Nowadays they are in good, but instigated by other fellow, he tries to meow meow with our country. Our people diplomatic are far sighted, therefore ठीक है करके they help even those stupids. But the other countries, छोटे बाल है. How many small countries love India because of our products given to them, other helps done by us. They seek it. That is the intelligent way. We also take the help of Russia, the America. जहाँ चाहिए भाई तरक्की तो होना है ना. Same way these Devata Gana. Anyway we are taking their help. Other 5 of them शास्त्र नहीं पढ़े तो भी जिंदगी चलता है. जस्ट लाइक गधा एंड भैंस. वो लोग नहीं पढ़ते शास्त्र. विदाउट अप्रोचिंग गुरु ऑल्सो द लाइफ चलता है, जस्ट लाइक गधा एंड भैंस, बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव एनी गुरु. विदाउट remembering Jagannatha and praying to her to give Sattva also life goes on, just like Gada and Vines. आजकल all internet capacities are measured in 3 GB, 4 GB, 5 GB, 10 GB. So GB means Gada or Vines. There also, without praying to Ishvara also, the life goes on, Gada Vines. So too the Brahma Tattva without remembrance of him. And it चलता है, isn't it? बट दिस ईश्वर देवताओं क्या है, अनुग्रह के बिना कुछ होता नहीं. वैसे ब्रह्मता तो हम ही है, ईश्वर की कृपा से हम चल रहे हैं, माता रानी ब्लेस कर रही, तभी इवन तमो रजोगुण भी है. एंड द वाइब्रेशन सेंट बाय द गुरुज आर इफेक्टिंग अस वेदर वी रिकॉग्नाइज देम और नॉट. वो तो है ही, वो तो सब फ्रॉम द अदर पैरेलल्स, डायरेक्टली देखा जाए. सो वी हैव टू टेक एंड ऑल अदर 5 आल्सो. Why not seek that help consciously? Ego makes us don't seek anybody's help. And ego doesn't have its own capacity to command its own faculties. Therefore, the ego becomes cause of its own suffering. Is that when the ego suffers, surrenders to all these 6 sources, it gets empowered to manage its own equipments for proper working in the world for the success, worldly or spiritual. In short, tune to all the 6 of them. That's the idea which we are discussing every day. Every day remembrance for some time, making this thought deepened, at least for me, maybe to some of you too. Right, Shwethashwathara Upanishad, first adhyaya, 4 more pages of Sambandha Bhashya remaining. Shankara Bhagavan from his side doesn't want to leave any stone unturned. Therefore, Upanishads he quotes, Shruti he quotes, Puranas he quotes, and toward the end, without caring whether these students of Upanishad understand Brahma Sutra or not, he says, आज नहीं तो कल बढ़ेंगे वो लोग, मैं अपना काम कर दूंगा. Even from the Brahma Sutra, I bring references. Now, even from is a wrong sentence actually, because Brahma Sutra का अर्थ ही ब्रह्म तत्व का प्रतिपादन करने. But more than authority, it is a imposition. When you quote Brahma Sutra, it is not imposition. It's an authority. Because even Brahma Sutra says, how dare you think otherwise? Like the parents and teachers. It is not an imposition, it's an authority. They are parents, you have to listen. The teachers, you have to listen, that's it. Like in Isitara, he has brought even references of Brahma Sutra. We are seeing that portion. It's very touching if we allow it to touch us. It is very soothing and consoling if we grasp it. If we can really mean business in the study of this portion, our main job is done to a large extent. The main job of getting conviction about Paramatma Prapti as the Ekamatra Lakshya. Isn't it? That's the purpose of Bhagavan. Once we are inspired and we are initiated and we are given the sufficient fuel or empowerment, journey continues, destination is reached. Shankara Bhagavan's Kripa Prayatna through all Bhashyas, Prakarana Granthas is this one. So we are touching that portion. Let us study it. Let us do our Prarthana Sankalpa. Before that, again, few minutes of our daily common sense thought. Today's things are really common sense, known to us only. Very precisely short. We discuss about 1, 2, 3, 4 things. First of all, now, let us become like a child. What is a child like becoming as if we are not now? Ki, when the child looks at something new or good or enjoyable, see the want in him, desire in him. है ना? A very notorious child तो he will become जिद्दी. मुझे चाहिए ही नहीं तो मैं he will throw all tantrums. But less notorious, dignified or decent child develops that desire and tries all his best to coax or pester or convince the parents to get it. Isn't it? It can be a kilona, it can be a cloth or any shoe. As he grows, the requirements and desires will be varying. है ना? खाने का तो जिंदगी में रहता है, बुढ़ा भी हो गया है तो देखते खाने को मन तो होता है, बोले या ना बोले. बच्चों को पैसे नहीं होते इसलिए वो मांगना पड़, बड़ों को खुद पैसे होते इसलिए खरीद के खाते, बट वो तो होता है. बट अदर देन दैट, isn't it? How many things when they see and they have the want in them, isn't it? And they seek it, they try for it. They ask mother तू ये काम कर फिर मैं देता हूँ. He will do that work. और फादर को पूछा, you show me good result, then I'll get you that bike. And he works for it and he gets it, that youngster. Isn't it? That inside always, that child wanting something is a beautiful quality if it is, properly tuned, etc. In the same way, in our common sense thought, the first thing is what? When we study the Shastras, see that knowledge that's given, and also study Purana Itihasa, look at the great, great characters, like that child, we have to develop that desire or want. Consciously we have to. वो कोई कहने से नहीं होता, कहकर कोई छोड़ देंगे, खुद को करना होता है. That want is the beautiful thing. Spiritual wants, which we are lacking. Lacking means उतना strong नहीं है वो. There may be a thought. Thought is not enough, no? It should be sankalpa. That's why the power of sankalpa. Sankalpa takes us to next level of desire. Desire, when it becomes stronger, it will make us restless to do those things to achieve those desires. We do संसार में ही तो करते हैं. Same in spirituality. है ना? That want, visualize करना है, imagine करना है. Every time is only a thought given, then try to remember a person of any scriptures who has got that quality. Then I want to be like that person in that quality. That want, very strong, उसको बनाते जाना है, बढ़िया रहता है. Like these two characters famous, which one is already known to us, second one recently we are knowing. With regard to the first two qualities of Viveka and Vairagya. When we study Katha Upanishad, when you see that child Nachiketa, what a beautiful Viveka, what a great Vairagya, isn't it? We heard about it. But how many times we entertained, yeah, I want to be like that. Or that Viveka, that Vairagya of Nachiketa has to be mine. Objectively, when we study, it remains objective in the Pustaka only, that knowledge. It won't come. That's why any number of times we study Upanishad, we don't understand because we don't have the basics as that child has got. We have to want it. We should have the want. मुझे नचिकेता की तरह विवेकी वैरागी बनना है. Same way, nowadays we are seeing very newly for us about Bhagwan Sri Rama himself. Same. What a beautiful Viveka he has done. What an amount of vairagya he has got. नचिकेत 5-6 साल, राम जी 12-13 या 14 साल. I want that Viveka Vairagya. Isn't it? Like that, any of the books we study or characters we remember, whatever the great qualities they have, abilities they have, efforts they have put, states of evolution they have reached to, we should want it like the child. है ना? मुझे परीक्षित बनना है, मुझे प्रहलाद जी की तरह बनना है. Never underestimate ourselves. They are also jivas, starting from where we are now. Evolved. For evolution, all efforts are required, but efforts come only from want. If I don't want, I will not put effort. As simple as that. And if I want, I will put effort. As stronger and deeper is the want, so deeper, sincere, single pointed will be my efforts. तो लगातार वो entertain करना है. Like I want to like Puja Gurudev, traveling all over the world to talk about the Shastras. With all the efficiency, ability, masterliness, mastery as he has got. Nothing wrong. A positive इसमें कोई धोखाधड़ी तो नहीं है. There is no samsara in it. There is no ego in that. What's wrong in that thought? I want to be like Parashurama, going to Dattatreya Bhagavan and gaining all knowledge from him. Tripurara's reference. I want to be like, I should be like Shaunakadi Muni, who go to that Loma Sharushi or Sutaji, go on asking and keeping on gaining the jnana. है ना? एक एक आध्यात्मिक लक्षण जिन जिन लोगों में है उनको याद करते हुए, कभी के लोग याद भी नहीं आए बट थॉट तो वी अंडरस्टूड. नो, लाइक आई वांट पीस ऑफ माइंड, आई वांट फुल एनर्जी विद इन मी. I want to have that beautiful contemplative ability capacity, deep meditative ability capacity. In fact, I want, going beyond my dehadi upadhi into the deep meditation. ये वांट ना हमको है ही नहीं है. ठीक है, हमको बस खाने को जो चाहिए वो चाहिए. Our wants are good sleep, good food. Nobody should trouble me, even though I trouble them. अपन का ऐसे होता है. वाकई, in spite of all our study Shastra, that way we are not studying in this way. If you see it, we are only listening. Not even is listening, we are only hearing. Hearing is very lowest, listening is highest, higher, then studying. So that want we have to develop, isn't it? In how many number of characters we are seeing, उनकी तरह, and वो गुण मुझे चाहिए. I want bhakti like Prahlad. I want Sharanagati like that Gajendra. I must. अब want को बढ़ाना है भैया. जो want होगा उसी के लिए हम काम करते हैं. And today we have wants for the world. Therefore all our days efforts are getting turned towards them. और जब तक वो want replace नहीं होता तब तक हमारा एक्टिविटी भी replace नहीं होती. Even the subtler thing like I want to go beyond Annamaya Kosha. I want to go beyond Pranamaya. I want to go beyond Manomaya. I want to be beyond Vijnana Anandamaya. I want to be a Sakshi. Let me enjoy what is the meaning of Sakshi deeply. Let me remain as Drashta. What is the joy of that being so? That it is so much recommended. That it is said once you are Sakshi or Drashta, whole samsara is gone. Miseries are gone. क्या होता है भाई? वो कैसा होता है? Let me be that. I want to be a karma yogi, a bhakti yogi. What we are studying in yoga darshana. Let me be the संयमी, धारणा ध्यान समाधि. उसको हम डरते ही है उसको फील करने के लिए कि मुझे वो बनना है. That much lower level we are caught up in our habits, vasanas, bhoga pravrittis. That's the proof. We are at that stage. We have to recognize and accept. Nothing wrong. अब evolution शुरू हो रहा है तो शुरू में ऐसे ही होता है. Like first day when I drive cycle, if I fall down, nothing wrong because अभी तो शुरू किया मैंने, उसमें गलत थोड़ी है वो, isn't it? So nothing wrong if we realize that we are at that level. Then we have to change ourselves. है ना? अहिंसा सत्य स्तेय ब्रह्मच, मुझे एक एक वैल्यू करना है प्रैक्टिस. और अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानाम एज टोल्ड इन गीता, अभयम सत्व संशुद्धि, है ना? ये कोई भी सीड हम अंदर सो कर ही नहीं रहे, है ना? ये वांट इज ए सीड सोइंग. Repeatedly having that want is protecting and watering that seed or plant. Then it will give us slowly the bud. In that bud level, we really start doing those things which give us what we want. And really that effort gives a result like the bud blossoming to be a beautiful flower. Or that कच्चा वाला फल पक जाना, fructified fruit, सफल होना. So just can't do sadhana, never mind, but keep on. We do it. When you see a healthy person, we say, I also want to be healthy. When you say a rich person, I also want to have my riches. When you say famous person, yaar, मैं भी famous हो जाऊं. We do it, but there are samsara sambandhi. We are talking exclusively adhyatmika wants increased, intensified, deepened, feeling the urgency for it. To such people, again, the evening, Yoga Vashrama, very clear. Whatever you want, you get when you do your efforts as per the Shastra. Okay? When the urgency or demand for something becomes stronger, क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं हम, कहने कहीं जाना है तो कैसे जाना, दसों को पूछते हैं कि नहीं. सेम वे हाउ टू गेट विल कम आफ्टर आई वांट. To that how to get, the gurus tell us, this is the paddhati. अब करो पाओ फिर, enjoy. You just imagine the whole world of human beings running so much. Why? They want to achieve something. Why? They have want of it. Whole world is pushed by the asakti or kamana only. The kamana can be for artha or kama or dharma or moksha. We are talking about moksha kamana. Moksha giving sadhanaon ka kamana, sthitiyon ka kamana. Isn't it? The want to be at the feet of the Guru, it's total surrender. Want to be in a serene atmosphere of an ashram. And वहाँ जाकर सोना नहीं. Want to do sadhana there. People want, यार ऐसे शांत जगह पे जाकर रहेंगे. Then they choose some Himalayan places. They go stay there. उसको ऐड करना है. Along with staying here, first thing I should do is don't spoil Himalayas. Second is, what do you want to use this peaceful place? There are some people who afford to and they choose peaceful place. बस दारू पी के सो जाते हैं वहाँ ठंडे ठंडे में गरम गरम. There are many people, they afford, they have money, but उससे बात नहीं बनता spiritually. Let me enjoy it. My spiritual sadhana. Like that, first thing in life is wants. I want to be as dharmic as Rama, as dynamic as Krishna, as peaceful as Lord Shiva. They are all there having a specific character along with all other. We can want, you know, as Shaktishali as Mother herself, as Jnani like Mata Saraswati, as Sadguna Sampanna like Mata Lakshmi. क्या कम है, क्या गड़बड़ है, गलत है ऐसा सोचने में. Like the example, as Satyavadi like Harishchandra. है ना? As Data like the Shibi Chakravarti or even Bali. Yesterday we have seen Raja Bali का कहानी हो चुका है. We have seen Kshirasagar Mathanam, we have seen Vamanavataram, so many topics. ये जो माहेश्वर खंड में एक के बाद एक के बाद अभी हम देखेंगे कि वो कौन है वो तारकासुर वध वाला पोर्शन, एंड दैट फॉर दैट भगवान सुब्रमण्य हैज टू बी बॉर्न, and therefore Shivaji's tapasya bhanga done by tried to be disturbed by the Kamadeva. Bhagavan will open his eyes and he'll burn him. In the meantime, where Sati जो पार्वती रूप में जन्म लिया, she also does the tapasya. All this, and maybe because of this thing, this Purana's name is Skanda Purana. Skanda is Subramanya Bhagavan. I don't know, maybe आपके साथ ही पढ़ रहा हूँ ना. So anyways, the examples given are only to say that the want continuously. Why all this? Because today we are not able to do sadhanas intensely. When the want is stronger, I think a day will come where we do. First point. Second is what after the want is made stronger. Second is key waking up the sleeping giant or the lion from within us. ये एक भी बड़ा सा important point है. When the lion is sleeping, so calm, quiet jungle, आप जो जागृत होकर रोर करता है ना, that lion, it reverberates and frightens all the other animals or makes them alert in the whole jungle. आप कभी YouTube किसी में देखना, roar of a lion, it is true. उस गर्जना सिंह का ना बाकी सबको चौंका देता है और अलर्ट कर देता है. It is something, I think no animal has that type of specific. That is why Simha Garjana. कंपैरिजन करते हुए राजा ने सिंह गर्जना करके अपने सैनियों को बोला है, आगे बढ़ो, आक्रमण. सिंह गर्जना. ऐसा नहीं कि आक्रमण करना है तो करो बेटा, नहीं तो घर जाना है तो चले जा. ऐसा नहीं होता आर्मी का ऑर्डर. अटैक, फॉरवर्ड मार्च, दावा बोलो, ऐसा. गर्जना, सिंह गर्जना. So the lion in us is lying down, even though we are Lions Club member. We have to wake up that sleeping giant, sleeping lion. बहुत सुला के रखा हमने. Every one of us are lions. केसरी कहते हैं सिंह को. केसर वर्ण का वो रंग होता है. So waking up the sleeping giant is sleeping lion giant. We have to do that ferociousness, what we talk, what that aggressiveness, that strength, etc., which are there in the lion. With all its abilities, lion can be a nikamma also, एक जगह बैठ गया तो. But the same one when it wakes up and goes, सारे ऐसे भागते जानवर. It is time for us to really wake up the lion. सीआर लोमड़ी तो हमारे जागृत होते हैं अपने अंदर के. जिसका एक ही काम आता है, कैसे नोच के खाना है जो दूसरों ने हंट किया. Lomdi CR, they don't generally do the hunting, I heard. The hyena वगैरह they do it, but ये fellow, they're always behind a lion tiger, behind दूर से. तो किसी को मार के खा के छोड़ देता है तो वो जाकर वो खाएगा. डिपेंडेंसी वाला नहीं है ना, एक्सक्यूजेस देखने वाला नहीं. Substantiating, justifying the weaknesses. No, a lion who is sleeping in us. Wow. The great giants like Gurudev and Vivekananda, they're also human beings like us. In them also, all potentialities are there, like in us. Ours are still dormant, they just brought out because they've woken up that sleeping lion in them. क्यों नहीं होगा, करके दिखाता हूं. नॉट किसी को, अपने आप. अभी हमारे अंदर सो रहा है हमारा सिंह, जागृत करना है. Then after the lion is woken up, obviously the two works only the lion has. Very, very important work. One is what? Obstructing our spiritual evolution. There are some deep rooted terrible addictions in us. They are not 100 or 1,000, they are 3 or 4 only. Deep rooted addictions which are neutralizing, nullifying our knowledges, informations, etc. क्या है वो वाला देखना है. We are specifically using the word addictions. Any addiction makes us kamzor. There are some. It can be a sleep. It can be slavery to the people. It can be any objects, bhoga. कुछ भी हो हमारे अंदर कुछ एडिक्शंस है. लेजीनेस. उसको ये सिंह जो जागृत हुआ ना, उसको उखाड़ के फेंक देना है ना. हाउ भगवान नृसिम्हा फाड़ कर वो हिरण्यकश्यप को खत्म करते हैं. When the lion is woken up, those addictions we have to remove. Very strong they are. ज़्यादा नहीं, 4-5. Where we just fail. Tamo Rajoguna only, but its expression, their expressions. Each one has different ones. What are they? It can be laziness, it can be procrastination, it is so many things. Among them, what is there in us? After that, then the second aspect is equally aggressively taking up one by sadhana and achieving. And that's what in the first topic we discussed as want. जो हम चाहते हैं फिर उसको पाने के लिए जो करना है, करने वाला वो वाला द सिंह का तेजस, सिंह का आक्रमण. If the addictions are not removed, we will not be able to aggressively do the thing. We have to really give them up. They complement each other. The removal of addiction and making the habit of sadhana. सिंह की तरह उठकर हमको करना होता है. Then the details of it now, the time is not there. We'll see some other day. And they are discussed every day. Therefore, the idea must be clear to us. ये 4 चीजें हमको करना है. One is want, second is the lion, third is remove the addictions, then what is to be done to achieve. उसमें इतनी तन्मयता से, एकाग्रता से हमको we have to go into that. We are dead to the world. World is dead to us. इस तरह का करना होता है ना. त्याग के बिना तो फिर योग नहीं होगा ना. बिना त्याग यू कांट योग. नहीं चाहिए योग, त्याग नहीं छोड़ सकते, त्याग नहीं कर सकते, तो फिर रहो भोग में. फिर देन योर लाइफ इज लाइक दैट ओनली. दे डोंट हैव एनी higher ambition like anybody. Millions of in the world be in that herd only, in the group of such people. No, there's no objection. There's nobody to come. See, silently अपना नौकरी business करो, get your money, pension, eat and die one day. Who says not? Everybody is doing that. By mistake, if that happens in us, you have to grow spiritually or do something spectacular, then the tyaga is essential. Then that type of involvement is essential. Everybody, for you and me. So we are learning those things. Once we become strong in that, then kick the whole world, get into the pursuit of the higher. That pursuit of higher may, to be more specific, after the huge list is given in the first point, is this उपाधि तादात्म्य. चलो लगे रहो उसको अचीव करने में. उपाधि तादात्म्य को छोड़ना. उपाधि अतीत स्थिति. This is उपाधि. Whether you call them as gunas, the avasthas, the dehas, the koshas, सारे एक ही हैं, अलग अलग रूप में बताए. अनात्मा कहते हैं उसको होलसेल में. In that we have to involve it, isn't it? And our information gathering only very lighter if it is irregular it is, then where from the inspiration comes for all these things? So starting from the first one, continue. May God Guru bless all of us. Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो सरषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ये मे गुरुविपूर्वमदवाक्य प्रमाणत व्याख्याता सर्वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्मि होम निधे सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओं गुरुपुङ्गवपुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधि शरणागतवत्सरतत्त्वनिधे भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यमेकं नित्यबलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहं। प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ संबंध भाष्यम। Yesterday we started seeing these beautiful quotations. The introduction for it was एवं अवैयर्थ्यम नानाकार ब्रह्म विषयाणाम वाक्यानाम इति भेदश्रुतीनाम औपाधिक ब्रह्म विषयत्वेन अवैयर्थ्यत्वम उक्त्वा। All the Vedashrutis which talk about सविशेष सोपाधिक परमात्मा वो है, वो परब्रह्म औपाधिक रूप से ही इज लाइक दैट एंड ही कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर द उपासना। हैविंग सेड सो देन उक्त्वा पुनः अपि अगेन बिकॉज एनी लीनियंस इज गिवन पीपल गेट एडिक्टेड टू इट द हायर थिंग दे फॉरगेट। कहीं भी कोई ऑफिस में आप अपने वर्कर्स को थोड़ा लीनियंस दिया तो मेन काम छोड़कर सर पे चढ़ते हैं। दैट्स हाउ द माइंड्स वर्क। Therefore, the balancing between giving them little freedom as well as keeping them strict, being strict with them, then only work will happen. So here, because the disciple is not able to give up his long doing upasana, etc., therefore not able to catch the Brahma Tattva, which Bhagavan again is telling in Vishesha Brahma. So a step below, the Shruti Mata herself, Brahma Sutra itself, Adi Shankara itself came down and accepted कि औपाधिक ब्रह्म for upasana. Then औपाधिक ब्रह्म is not पारमार्थिक ब्रह्म. याद रखो. औपाधिक ब्रह्म accepted for upasana. But this fellow will get stuck up there only. Therefore, every intelligent guru starts with ultimate only. And in between he may get digressed in explaining so many things depending on the disciples asking or the context. But conclusion though he will do the same ultimate with which he started. Here also the ultimate thing started with is a Parabrahma only. For conclusion में उसी से कहना करना निर्विशेष ब्रह्मा not सविशेष. Otherwise people take us as the authority. गुरु ने कहा चलो कोई गल नहीं पकड़ लो सविशेष. Like many people take permission from me for various things. Unknowingly in them, it becomes an authority more than a permission. And then they just do that and blame me. आप ही ने परमिशन दिया ना मुझे। अरे तुम मांगा इसलिए मैं दिया यार। मैं तो कभी देने वाला ही नहीं आपको क्लास में नहीं आने का परमिशन। ऐसा होता मैं खुद ही नहीं करता हूँ ना क्लास। But the permission is taken becomes the authority. Then we blame. वी ब्लेम राम जी ने ऐसा कहा, कृष्ण जी ने ऐसा कहा, गुरु ने ऐसा कहा, शास्त्र में तो लिखा है। अरे तुमने पूछा इसलिए कहा, हमको पूछो क्या कहना है, हम बताएंगे। फाइनल फाइनल इज निर्विशेष ब्रह्म ओनली. There are two things always in life, no? What I want to know and what he wants to tell. I want to know whether Sakuna Brahma is okay or not. Guru just to hold on to us, he says okay. But what you want to tell Guru, I say Nirguna only. तो यहाँ पुनरपि therefore what did he do? Nirvisheshameva Brahma. Nirvisheshameva Brahma. Nirvisheshameva Brahma. That eva word is important. The Brahman ultimate is Nirvishesha only. Iti Drudayitum. To make it stronger, the Sutrakara, Vyasa Bhagavan, who is a Brahma Sutra giver, he is said what? Ahacha Tanmatramit. He said Tanmatra. Tad Matra means Brahman is pure, Brahman only, it has no any Visheshas. The Vishesha Brahma, Upadhi Yukta Brahma, you asked, therefore Amne ka ठीक, but वो ultimate नहीं. So, for this, Bhagavan Adi Shankara gives the quotation of Bradharanyaka, based on which that Sutrakara has given that Sutra, that ultimately Nirvishesha only. And in that quotation, a cute example is given. We have seen that yesterday. What is that? Sayatha Saindavaganaha Anantaraha Abahyaha Kritsnaha Rasaghana Eva. एक एक शब्द को फील करना है. You know, that Saindava Ghana, if you take that salt, Anantara. Inside, other than that salty taste, nothing is there. Abahya, haha. Outside also, its surface, when you touch and taste, nothing but that alone is there. Then, third one is what? Abahya, then Krutsnaha. Completely, any part of it, you touch it. And what is? Rasa Ghana Eva. It is nothing but the solidified, the rasa, the taste rasa there is, the salty taste alone. Feel that inside, outside, all around is nothing but that Saindava Gana has got only the Saindava taste. Saindava because Sindhu, Samudra se Sindhu means Samudra. Samudra se आए इसलिए उसको Saindava कहते हैं. Saindha namak. Saindava Gana. Sindhu means ocean. From ocean you get salt, not in the river. So in the same way, evam va, so cutely Maitreya Rishi, see, sorry, Yagnavalk Rishi to Maitreyi. Maitreya Rishi alag, Maitreyi is alag. Maitreya Rishi is the one who is the leader of all rishis now. Maitreyi is Yagnavalkya's one of the two wives. Other is Gargi. So Maitreyi are, evam va are, ayam atma, anantaraha, abahyaha, krutsnaha, pragyana gana eva. So it should be studied like this. I am Atma Prajnana Gana Eva. This Atman is Ghani Bhuta Prajna only. Here Ghani Bhuta is not solidified. Here Ghani Bhuta means densed. When you say Ghana or density means nothing other than it. So therefore, to say that Ghani Bhuta word only, the other two words are used. First of all, I am Atma Prajnana. Second is I am Atma Prajnana Ghana. So in what way it is Ghana? Ki Anantaraha Abahyaha Krishnaha. Means within this Prajnana Ghana Atma, there is nothing other than it. Outside this Prajnana Ghana Atma, there is nothing other than it. All around this Prajnana Ghana Atma, it is Prajnana Ghana only, like that Saindha Namak, inside, outside, all around Rasa Ghana only. There the word for the Saindha is Rasa, for the Atman it is Prajnana. Prajnana Ghanaha. एवं वा रे अयमात्मा अनंतरः अबाह्यः कृत्स्नः प्रज्ञानघन एव. Now, on that pure Prajnanaganam Brahman, with our avidya and Maya Shakti, what a variety of things are constructed, created, projected, taken as real. Like, you know, in a very prashanta sthala, maybe it's a forest or something. सारे पेड़ वेड़ काट गए हैं. Such a buzzing city is made or not, with all the skyscrapers and the roads and metros and rajadhanis and cars and factories. कितना शांत था वो जगह जाकर के उसमें बड़ा शहर बसा दी जो इतना डिस्टर्ब होता है, एग्जाम्पल के। इन द सेम वे, इन द प्योर प्रज्ञान घन ब्रह्म, सच ए टेरेबल रोरिंग साउंड वाला world of multiplicity is projected, taken as real. And this is our goal. Prajnana Ghana Atma, which inside, outside, all sides, it is pure consciousness only. All things are superimposed. How much ever real they appear? True they appear. They appear real truth as long as we are ignorant, as long as we don't leave the upadhi way of seeing the world, seeing through the upadhis. You have to see it through the Shastra Jnana Chakshu. We are seeing with our own Buddhi Chakshu or our own Charma Chakshu. तो ये तो दुनिया को ऐसा ही दिखाएगा. बट ज्ञान चक्षु चाहिए हमको. प्लीज रिमेंबर, ऑल वेदांत इज ओपनिंग द आई ऑफ विजडम. ज्ञान चक्षु को खोलना है. चर्म चक्षु से तो रूप ओनली देखेगा, कान से शब्द ही सुनाई देगा. बट द ज्ञान चक्षु, what is ज्ञान चक्षु? Going into adhisthana of everything, substratum of everything. When you reach to substratum, from that standpoint you see everywhere that alone. See that with all the turbulence of the waves, tides, etc., the substratum is water only of them. Transcending these turbulences and seeing the water. And then thereafter, even though the turbulent waves are there, yet remaining in the jnanam, that the water alone is reality, is water realization. In the same way, the self-realization is what? Keeping away all the projected not self, realizing the self. And then from that standpoint, we see in the din and roar of the whole happening, nothing but the self alone is permeating. You know, like in a shadi mein, goldsmith jata hai. So he's seeing there 100 women folk with all ornaments, variety of them. But he is seeing only one gold in all of them. They may be having the ornament different places, वो hang कर रहे, shake कर रहे, कुछ भी हो, he is seeing gold. So to the world with all its turbulences continue, but we will see the substratum, the Atman. That alone is there. You know, in spite of the terrible scene in the cinema of the hero villain fighting or chasing or hitting or beating, if you can see the screen on which these are all projected. Without the screen, how can this be projected? So that is why they call it's a projection, and it's called direction. It's called as a production. None of them are realities. On the screen, the movie is projected, not real. From the screen standpoint, is there anything happening actually? Nothing. Without the screen, can this be supported anywhere? No. By forgetting the stable screen, by giving importance to the projected things, we can get disturbed and agitated. That's called samsara. Everything happening, but nothing is happening on the substratum. Knowing that is moksha. So to have that self, which is prajnana ghana eva, anantaraha avahyaha kritsnaha, staying in that experience. Then all superficial things, like the ocean. Only on the surface there are waves, but that's not only the ocean, no? Ocean is inside, it goes up to 10, 11, 15 kilometers. बोलते हैं ना ओशन का कितना गहराई है. But in that गहराई, there are no turbulences as they are on the surface. But those turbulences also are of the ocean. So inside I am in the deep Atmanubhuti. In the surface, a small universe is created. Although some things are going on. Like a very rich person of multi-millions. He just gives some money to servant or sells a car और किसी को कुछ महंगा दे दिया. कोई मायना रखता है क्या उनको? Out of his so much of money. सो टू इन दैट इन्फिनाइट ब्लिसफुल सेल्फ वी आर, सरफेस पे थोड़ा है नाम रूपात्मक जगत, मेरे ऊपर ही थोड़ा प्रोजेक्ट हुआ है, फिर वो रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा, कोई मायना नहीं रखता. सो एवं वा अरे, और ना एवं वा अरे, अयम आत्मा अनंतरः अबाह्य कृष्णः प्रज्ञानघन एव इति. इन दिस वे श्रुति उपन्यासेन, because of the Shruti's Vakya, Vijnana Vyatirikta Rupantara Abhavam Upanyasya. Okay, Vijnana Vyatirikta Rupantara Abhavam Upanyasya. Vijnana Vyatirikta Rupantara Abhavam means other than pure Prajnana or Vijnana or consciousness, any other Rupa that is being discarded, saying that it is not there. उपन्यास्य मतलब इस तरह कोट करके, मतलब ब्रह्मसूत्र, देन आदि शंकरा's quote of the Upanishad on the basis of which this sutra is said by Vyasa Bhagavan. Then this is how Shankara's genius of connecting the sutras which are of the highest level. Unless we get his guidance, we can't understand. In the next sutra, what he says, Sutrakara is Darshayati cha ata api smaryate. सो हियर कि क्या है, आह च तन्मात्रम इज द सूत्र. उसके तुरंत बाद वाला सूत्र होगा कि दर्शयति च अथ अपिस्मर्यते. दोनों हमको समझ नहीं आते. तो आह च तन्मात्रम क्यों कहा, शंकर एक्सप्लेन्स. और उससे पहले का बता दिया. इन द सूत्र it was accepted what savishesha brahma upadika brahma for upavasana. Then for that he gave quotations. But again the Sutrakara said ahacha tanmatram. Why he said so? Because final thought should be final thought only. Final thought is nirvishesha brahma only. Now on what basis he said this nirvishesha brahma? He again quotes. Quotation is from Taittiriya, sorry, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the Maitreyi Brahmana. You know, Saindhavagana example is given, then Brahma Tattva is explained like that. In this way, having said, means taking back background में उस श्रुति का रेफरेंस को मन में रखकर सूत्रकार लिखते हैं अगला सूत्र. व्हाट इज अगला वाला कि नारायण दर्शयति च अथापि स्मर्यते इति. सूत्रकार कहते हैं दिस इज व्हाट यू सी अगेन इन द श्रुति एंड आल्सो इन द स्मृति. Now, what is the Darshayati Shruti? What is the Smriti? It is a headache or load of Adi Shankara to dundo and put there while writing the Bhashya, the Brahma Sutras. व्यास भगवान इज हाईएस्ट मेडिटेटिव लेवल. उनको कोई उपनिषद ऐसे याद रहेगा, ही विल राइट टू लाइन्स, टू वर्ड्स ही विल राइट, दैट बिकम सूत्र, दैट्स इट. दर्शयति अभिजस्मर्यते, ही विल से दैट. अब दर्शयति का अर्थ हो गया दृष्टि, दर्शन. दृष्टि मीन्स श्रुति. सो कौन सा श्रुति को उन्होंने रेफरेंस में लिया? देन स्मर्यते मीन्स स्मृति. कौन सा स्मृति? नो, इट इज शंकर भगवान. ही मेंशन्स दैट कि अथात आदेशो नेति नेति, दिस इज द श्रुति. अन्य देव तद्विदिताद अथो अविदिताद अधि, ये वाला श्रुति. यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह, ये वाली श्रुति. So three different Shrutis he has taken and said, keeping these in the background, the Sutrakara said this Sutra कि जो आज आहच तन्मात्रम का बेसिस है ये वाले उपनिषद के मंत्र. So darshayati you quoted. Then what is smaryate? The smaryate are pratyastamita bhedamyata satta matramagocharam vasasamatma samvedyam tadnyanam brahma sannitam vishwarupa vishwaswarupa vairupyam lakshanam paramatmanaha iti adi shruti smriti upanyasa mukhena. So first of all हमको ना श्रुति पे रेस्पेक्ट होना है. देन हमको व्यास भगवान द ब्रह्मसूत्रकार उन पे रेस्पेक्ट होना, देन ब्रह्मसूत्र पे रेस्पेक्ट होना. देन आइदर वी आस्क और वी आर टोल्ड दैट इन दैट इट इज मेंशन्ड. Therefore, that's final authority. Use your logic as much it can go. If the logic doesn't go, never mind, what our Guru Shastra said is correct. Therefore, do sadhana. When you do sadhana, experience will come. Out of the experience, what you said as correct on the strength of faith is no more need of faith because you directly experienced it now. मजा आता है ऐसा वाला जीवन. सो दर्शयति च स्मर्यते. सो इन वेरी मेनी श्रुतिस एंड अगेन श्रुति में भी ये बताया कि अल्टीमेट इज ब्रह्म इज तन्मात्रम प्रज्ञान घन मात्रमेव. So this all should mold our understanding to is what? Brahman alone is goal. Brahman is Prajnanagana eva. Other than that Prajnanagana, Brahma. Nothing of what you see is there in it. We have to reach to it. It's not difficult to understand with example. Like as I give example, I said, hey, there is a table, there is a chair, there is a stool, there is a window, there is a door. So we use in these things, therefore we specify them, we name them. But is any of them are without the wood there? From the wood only all of them are made. No, no, this we are objectively understanding. Now you yourself or myself, me become the wood and see. मैं खुद ही लकड़ बन गया मानो. And then now let me see the stool, the chair, the table, the door, the window. Can there be anything other than me? If I myself become the wood and see from that standpoint, you ask the wood there, टेबल कहाँ है, चेयर कहाँ है? ओके, कहाँ टेबल चेयर? मैं ही तो हूँ. What are you talking? I don't understand. I am there. There is nobody other than me. And a correct way, है ना, objectively also. There is nothing called chair, table, stool, etc. other than the wood. Wood alone is projected, where imagined, kalpita, as all these things for the utility value, for some vyavahara. Just because vyavahara, has the wood become something else? Just because kalpita vyavaharik jagat, the Brahman has not become anything else. It is always that Brahman. And that Brahman is me. Will the wood have any problem with the door or window? No, because problem comes when something is other than me or something happens to me. There is nothing other than me, nothing happened to me because I am already wood, always. So other than me, the Brahman, there is nothing. To me, the Brahman, there is a modification. If what is there to be worried or afraid? That's called moksha. ज्ञान का मोक्ष ऐसा होता है. मैं एकमेवा द्वय ब्रह्म हूं और मेरे में जन्म मृत्यु आदि विकार नहीं है. अब बात खत्म. ये थियरी को एक्सपीरियंस में लाना. And how do you reach the wood? Obviously by rejecting the rupa nama of the chair or table, etc. How do you do that? First start with one stool ले लो, उसको परख लो, so रूप नाम के अलावा लकड़ी है. Then take another one chair, then take another one table. Few things when you do, then you get an idea behind all these things. There is only one substratum, that is wood. So to first realize the self within ourselves beyond the Panchakoshas. Then same thing is in this Panchakosha, that Panchakosha. Same Brahman. Therefore, on one Brahman only, all them are projected, not real. What is the problem now? The reality is forgotten, projected is given reality. What do you mean by projection given reality? Is we are desiring for it. We are wanting it. You desire and want only that which is real, no? Unreal you can't desire. Real only desire. So you are desiring the world because you are thinking it is real. And actually it's not real. Therefore we are disappointed. Not by not fulfilling desire, by fulfilling only. जो बिना फुलफिलमेंट का जो दुखी होता है वो तो हम जानते हैं, बट लोग डिजायर फुलफिल होकर भी रोते हैं बिकॉज व्हाट यू हैव डिजायर्ड फॉर इज नॉट रियलिटी. हाउ कैन अनरियल कैन गिव हैप्पीनेस? बट ये समझने के लिए थोड़ा डेप्थ ऑफ इंटेलेक्ट चाहिए. मैंने सोचा नौकरी मिलेगी तो खुश हो जाऊंगा, मिला मुझे. आई वॉज हैप्पी ऑल्सो फॉर फ्यू डेज स्वामी जी, बट आफ्टर आई डोंट अगेन आई एम फीलिंग एम्प्टी. I want to make a house. I made it. I entered 1 month मजा आया था, but फिर भी again not satisfied. शादी करने सोचा मैंने. I for 1 year it was क्या मजेदार है, enjoyed. But अब again I am feeling empty. क्या करूँ अब, एक बार करूँ क्या? I thought when I become minister or megastar, I'll be. I became 1 month मजा है, सब नमस्कार कर. उसके बाद बोर लग रहा है मुझे. आई एम फीलिंग इनकम्प्लीट. अरे भैया, दैट्स वाई कह रहे हैं, सब कल्पना है, रियल पर ब्रह्म है. अब उनको पकड़ो झांको. बट द ignorance of the reality and then delusion of the world is such a funny one. Even though in the reality there is bliss, we don't go for it. Even though there is kicks and miseries from the world, we don't leave it. That is called moha. दोनों तरह का मोह. आनंद रूपी परमात्मा को ढूंढते नहीं, दुख देने वाले जगत को छोड़ते नहीं. ये डेल्यूजन को कॉन्कर करने के लिए टाइम लगता है. अगेन दैट इज ऑल्सो थ्रू एनालिसिस एंड कन्विक्शन. When you are convinced that the world is giving me the kicks strongly, then you leave it. So when I am convinced through study of Shastra and explanations and analysis that the Brahman alone is reality, then I may go for it. All exercise which we are doing every day through study of Shastra is only to remove this delusion, the twofold delusion. That world is kicking me, still I don't want to leave that world. There is infinite bliss and freedom in Brahman, still I am not pursuing it. इन दोनों डिल्यूजन को तोड़ने के लिए हम डेली कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हम करते रहेंगे, मैं तो करता रहूंगा जब तक हो जाए. नारायण. ओम 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 पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Don't miss these classes, friends. Join in 5 minutes.